It's time for high school sports on the NCWLIFE channel. Today's broadcast of high school sports on the NCWLIFE channel is presented by Alignment Pros, Automoca, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, and the Windmill Restaurant. NCWLIFE channel's coverage is also brought to you by Charter College and the Walkabout Grill. Now let's go live for all the action for tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wenatchee High School. Along with Leanne Branham, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. It's Big Nine Volleyball tonight, with the Wenatchee Panthers at 2-5 on the season take on the Eisenhower Cadets, coming in with a record of 1-3. Still early in the season, Leanne Branham, but Wenatchee right now on a 3-game losing streak. I know they'd like to turn that around here tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think when you're down, it's really hard to get the momentum, but playing Ike at home is a great way to start it.
Let's talk about that, coming back from that tough 5-game loss to Eastmont, that Cross River rival. We're going to talk with Connor Metcalf about that coming up. Can there be sort of a quote-unquote hangover from that loss that maybe carries through? Yeah,
I think there can initially, but I don't think that hangover is still carrying through by any means. I have heard that this past weekend when they were at the Spokane crossover, it was the best volleyball that they've played.
Oh, awesome.
So I think that's really promising for tonight.
Well, and we know, and you've talked about it too, that Coach Metcalf is trying to bring a different style of volleyball that they're not used to.
Yeah, he plays a lot faster game than Wenatchee's used to playing, which is really fun to see and to watch. And I think for a lot of our components that we've had in the past that are in our league, haven't seen that. So seeing Wenatchee for the first time with a new pace is pretty tricky to defend.
Well, it's going to be a good one here tonight as we have the Panthers and the Cadets coming your way. We'll talk with head coach Connor Metcalf coming up and get you ready for the first serve here at Wenatchee High School. It's the Wenatchee Panthers and the Eisenhower Cadets coming your way next on the NCWLIFE channel.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Guten Sie mir das Problem sagen?
Meinen Zylinder überschwingen. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragen Schlussen. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
Thanks for watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel. It's brought to you in part by the Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service. Located at 1205 Walnut Street in Wenatchee, thefireplaceguy.net. Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home. And the Windmill Restaurant, providing traditional steakhouse meals and a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Call 509-665-9529.
What's your Automoca emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Welcome back to Wenatchee High School, along with Leanne Branham. I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCWLIFE channel now, joined by Connor Metcalf, head coach for the Wenatchee Panthers. Well, Connor, talk about the girls after that Eastmont match. That was a hard-fought loss, and then you guys have dropped a couple in a row. How are they doing?
You know, our morale's still up. Yeah, it's a tough one to lose. Our rival, crosstown rival. It was a hard-fought, fifth-set match that didn't go in our favor, but, you know, it's all about competing, and it's all about moving forward and learning from past and progressing forward, so.
Awesome. Well, I would like to know, what do you do? What's an average day before a game look like? What do you guys do to scout these guys?
So scouting, we watch a lot of film. We have shot charts that we have. Day before is, you know, we're just focusing on fine-tuning our game inside of practice, and obviously we make some adjustments inside of practice of what we've seen. And we play Tuesday and Thursday, so we're still weightlifting. So.
Let's talk about the type of volleyball that you're implementing. It's a little bit different than what they're used to. How is that progression coming from your estimation?
It's great. You know, I think we really kind of hit a turning point here after this tournament in Spokane. We had this last weekend. I just saw some girls competing. I saw some girls remaining really, really disciplined and starting to buy into the system wholeheartedly. So, you know, we like tempo. We like to push it as fast as we can, and we just like to make sure that we have 6 girls on the floor doing their role.
Well, Connor, best of luck tonight. Keep everybody healthy.
Thank you so much.
Connor Metcalf joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and get you the lineups and get you the first serve coming up from Wenatchee High School. It's Big 9 Volleyball live on the NCWLIFE channel right after this.
Guten Samir das Problem sagen.
Meinen Zylinder überschwinn. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragen schließen. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
Thanks for watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel. It's brought to you in part by the Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service. Located at 1205 Walnut Street in Wenatchee, thefireplaceguy.net. Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home. And the Windmill Restaurant, providing traditional steakhouse meals in a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Call 509-665-9529.
Tell me about this warm-up session. This is different than how I remember it being, where you had both teams kind of firing at each other on either side of the net.
Oh, it's
now
been,
you get the floor to yourself.
Well, Eric, it's been a solid decade since you did that. But this year is different. We used to do in the warm-up, 20 minutes was on the clock, and you got 8 minutes just to shared court, like you each on your own side, and then you would have 5 minutes on your side, and 5 minutes, you know, just Wenatchee would have the floor to hit, and then just Ike would have the floor to hit for 5 minutes, and then the last 2 minutes you would share time, and that's where you would serve back and forth at each other. So that's probably what you were thinking of. So yeah, but now they do, I have to be honest, I'm not even positive. It's like 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 2-2, or something like that.
Okay, all right. So they rotate.
And I never know when the game's going to start because they constantly restart the
well,
clock.
We're hoping it starts at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
2 minutes from now.
That would make sense.
Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Our broadcast brought to you in part by the Alignment Pros and Express Lube. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube, including front and four-wheel alignment. Online at alignpros.com or at 182 Eastmont Avenue. Also by Automoca. What's your Automoca emergency? Visit one of their 6 locations in the valley, including the only Automoca with inside seating on 5th Street across from Wenatchee Valley College. One thing we did not get yet, and I don't even know if they have it at the scorers table yet, is our starters for this contest, as they're still both warming up. And I know coaches kind of look at maybe who might have a hot hand in these warm-ups, or maybe if you got somebody a little gimpy, how they're looking, that type of thing.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it has to do with a hot hand in warm-ups. He's probably predetermined because he's prepared to play the other team, you know, to defend the other team. So I imagine he probably already has it.
I don't know if she means by looks or audio. Okay.
So I think that's probably just, you know, it's predetermined. Each team is predetermined, but they might wait to turn in their lineup to kind of freak the other team out.
Freak the other team out, okay. Well, we will get the lineups here in just a moment. Our officials, by the way, for tonight's volleyball match here on the NCWLIFE channel. The head referee is Kirk Einsbar, and the umpire, Bill Lieber. They were both working the JV and the C team games prior to this varsity matchup, and we appreciate all officials for all of their work to come out here. And they do get paid a little, but it's definitely not the pay that they're looking for. They're looking to give back to the community by providing their services here. By the way, the standings has West Valley on top, as usual. 4-0 in Big 9 play, 5-0 overall. Eastmont, second place right now at 4-1. Moses Lake at 3-1. Wenatchee comes in right now, 4th place in the Big 9 at 2-3, and trying to snap that 3-game losing streak.
Absolutely. I think that tonight will be a way to hopefully do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Eisenhower coming in at 1-3. They've only had 4 matches all season long. They did participate in a tournament, and they don't really keep track of that as far as their season standings are concerned. Sunnyside at 1-3. Davis 0-4 on the season. After tonight, the Wenatchee schedule has them facing Sunnyside next week, and then, of course, the Wenatchee Invite. I know you're very involved with that, coming up a week from Saturday.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see all those top-level teams come here. It makes for really strong volleyball, because what we see here, we see all 4 teams play, lower level to higher level, but the Wenatchee Invite usually draws some pretty strong teams, which is
absolutely.
Great experience.
And you've got how many teams coming in?
16
teams coming in for that, and
Yep.
that'll be all day on that Saturday, October 13th. Of course, Leanne, I'm sorry I won't be here for that. That's the opening of deer hunting season for me. So,
okay.
There's a
That's
conflict.
understandable. I'll be here for you.
Yes. Well, thank you. I
You're
appreciate that. We are going to take a break and get you the lineups, and we will have those right after this 60-second timeout. So you're watching Big 9 Volleyball tonight. It's Eisenhower and Wenatchee coming up next on the NCWLIFE channel.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Back we are, just about ready for they are announcing the lineups here on the floor, so let's announce the lineups here on the NCWLIFE channel. First for the visitors, the Eisenhower Cadets. Their head coach is Brad Ackerman. He's assisted by Michelle Helseth, Michael Sidney, Keena Blackburn, and Yasmin Espinoza. The starters here, Ebony Johnson wears number 4. She's a 5'4" sophomore. Ashton Houghton wears number 5. She's a 6-foot senior. Kelara Baker wears number 8. She's a 5'8" junior. Number 9 is Andrea Garza, 5'7" senior. Number 10 is McKenna Helseth, a 5'9" junior. And number 12 is Tamia Allen, a 6-foot junior. So a pretty good size in their starting lineup. The libero for the Cadets is number 2, Courtney Castle, a 5'6" junior. Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee Panthers, as we mentioned, Connor Metcalf, we met him again in the pregame show. He's assisted by Marnie McMahon, Emily Irvin, and Andy Gebers. The starters for Coach Metcalf here tonight coming in with a record of 2-3 in Big 9 play. Sierra White is a 5'6" senior. She wears number 2. Number 5, Megan Wolf, 5'8" senior. Number 7 is Lauren Clark, a 5'8" senior. Number 9 is Lily Dexter, a 5'10" senior. Number 12, Emily Redmond, a 5'8" junior. Cammie Worley wears number 13. She's a 6'2" senior. And the libero to start out will be Sydney Brownlee, a 5'3" senior, although they do rotate their liberos through the games, don't they?
Yep, they do. As long as they stay in the jersey for one full complete game, they can switch it out at the beginning of the night.
And Jenna Osborne is the other libero that we've seen out there so far this season.
Yep.
Good to have Leanne Branham along, and good to have you along as well here on Local Tel Channel 12, on Charter Channel 19, and of course streaming live on our website at ncwlife.com/live-stream. And we welcome those who might be watching tonight on the stream from the Yakima Valley. Welcome to those Eisenhower fans who went around and talked to some of the kids beforehand and said, hey, we're going to be on stream tonight, so watch us. We're going to take a break during the anthem and come back and get your first serve after the 60-second timeout. It's Eisenhower and Wenatchee coming up next on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Thanks for watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel. Brought to you by One Way Construction, premier custom home builders and construction company for North Central Washington, including general contracting, framing, concrete, and consulting services. OneWayConstructionNW.com. The Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service, located at 1205 Walnut Street, Wenatchee. TheFireplaceGuy.net. And Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home.
Oh, say does that star spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free in the
Wonderful job on the anthem tonight.
That's so fun to hear that. I used to coach her. I have chills.
Now, who was that?
Daniela Alpire.
Daniela Alpire.
She's one of our JV players.
That was fantastic job on the anthem here as we get ready for volleyball tonight. Big Nine fashion on the NCWLIFE channel. The two teams meeting at center court for that traditional hand slap beneath the nets. It's the only time that either team wants to be under the net tonight.
It's absolutely true.
I've learned so much in
I
such
love
a
your
short
analogies.
amount of time.
Yep.
Our broadcast brought to you by Color Effects, offering screen printing, embroidery, digital printing, and logo design for your team, school, business, or church at a fair price. Locally owned for over 20 years, Color Effects, 509. Give them a call at 509-741-7609. That's 509-741-7609. Leanna Branham, we haven't talked this year about your prowess on the volleyball floor.
Yeah.
As a former standout player from right here at Wenatchee High School, and then on to Central Washington University, and then coaching yourself.
Yep.
So when I lean on Leanne for expertise when it comes to volleyball, there's a good reason. So
I've seen a few games or played in a few games in my day.
Yes, you have. Definitely so. It's great to see your kids before the game here tonight.
Yes.
As well.
They definitely don't like when mommy has to leave,
I
but mommy
know.
loves the break.
Yeah, I know. Does it just tear at your heart just a little bit?
No.
No.
Just a tiny bit.
Just-
when Blakely's
just- okay.
so upset, she was watching us do the pregame, and she was pretty upset.
All right, we're about ready for volleyball here tonight on the NCWLIFE channel. It'll be Lily Dexter to do the first serve, and our first serve brought to you by Swoboda Photography, creating custom boutique experience at the location or at their studio in Leavenworth. Call them at 888-6654. We are underway here on the NCWLIFE channel, and getting up high, and look out, there's a nice hit there from Tamia Allen, the 6-foot junior, with the first spike, first point. Give it to Eisenhower. And she'll come out as in comes Madison Peroni, a 5'1" junior, wearing number 1. And the jump serve, a nasty serve. Dexter back there, a little miscommunication on the next play. Does get over the net for Wenatchee. Far side it goes, and then quickly getting a hand down is McKenna Helseth to get that ball over. Here's a spike by Wenatchee and give the point to the Panthers. Nice job by Emily Redmond to get up high with that left hand and tie the game at 1.
I love watching a lefty hit. Just their approach, the left hand.
Lauren Clark now on the serve for Wenatchee. That one goes right into the chest of Courtney Castle, but Eisenhower gets it across. Now the set by White. Tipped the top of the net, but still kept alive. And now getting it back over is Ashton Hutton. There's a kill again. Redmond thought maybe there was a touch of the nets, but no, they're going to say it's out.
He over the.
Oh, it was a
ref
touch.
Overruled.
Okay.
I believe there was one. I
Yeah.
think you're right. You'd make a really good ref.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
I officiated football for
Well, and I was going
10
to tell you,
years. Yeah.
you were saying that they're probably underpaid. You make a lot of money being a ref. I did it one season.
Oh,
for
really?
middle school.
Oh. Well, maybe they pay the volleyball officials better than they pay the football
It's
officials.
because it's just so much harder, and the sport's so much better to watch.
Well, and yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Debatable.
I wouldn't disagree necessarily.
I'm just kidding.
So the point to Wenatchee, 2-1 to score as Lauren Clark continues on the service here. Nice return there by Houghton. Houghton will get the ball back to her. Nice spike Or Wenatchee with the counter. Now the kill attempt for the back line for Dexter. She's going to have to scramble after this one as it was brought back quickly. And now the spike, and here's a point for the Panthers. And right there, Wolfie. Megan Wolf, count it. 3-1 Wenatchee.
That's nice to see Wenatchee defend a really tough hit and come back at him.
Again, Clark on the service for Wenatchee. Good, tough serve. Back near the net it comes. And now the block attempt, but it skims off the hands, goes out of bounds. And I'm telling you, Ashton Houghton can get up there.
I don't remember her from last year.
I don't
Do you?
either. No, I don't.
I wonder if she transferred or grew a foot this year.
It could be. 3-2 the score, so it'll be Ike serve, and Andrea Garza will head back. Instead, she'll be replaced here by the libero as Courtney Castle will come in. Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute. They went. What happened?
Okay, so number 2 or number 9 thought she was serving when it actually should have been number 2, but you only actually get 5 seconds when you're back there at the service line, so they called them for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Before they could even make up their mind.
So that's a point to the Panthers, and then serve goes over. 4-2 the score now. Wenatchee on top. And back to serve for the Panthers, Emily Redmond. The lefty with the service. Back line it comes. Up front, and here's Houghton again, and the block attempt. Nice job by Redmond to back it up there. And now Wolf gets it back over for Wenatchee. Up to the front line they go. A set there by Barker. And Wenatchee counter. Little touch there by Wolf. Up front. Now the block at the net, but Wolf couldn't get quite enough of that one.
It's those unorthodox ones that get you.
It is. Kilara Baker, the one with the point, and now Andrea Garza, who thought she was serving last time, does get to serve this time. Trailing by 1-4-3. Back line it goes to Brownlee back there, and now this one is out. Boy, barely over in the corner over there on the hit by Wenatchee, and so we're tied at 4. Again, Andrea Garza, the 5'7" senior, on the service here for Eisenhower. Jump serve to the back line. And here's Wolf again. That one tipped the net, almost blocked, and then it's going to fall for a point for Wenatchee. Sprawling out and trying to get after that one for the Cadets was Kilara Baker, that is, and just couldn't get to it. Substitution here as the libero comes back in for Eisenhower, and Wolf on the service. Back line to Castle. Up front, it goes to Johnson, and now the spike at the net, and it will be hit by Wenatchee, goes out of bounds. It's a point to Eisenhower.
I'm pretty sure every single point that Eisenhower has scored has come from one of their outsides, so Wenatchee's going to have to work on defending that.
Back in comes Tamia Allen, and back to serve for the first time will be Ashton Houghton. Good looking serve there, tough one to return. Wenatchee to it though, and a nice touch. Nice idea there for Cammie Worley. Back line it goes. Eisenhower scrambling. They got to get this one over. They do. Back line to Wolf. Up front it comes to Sierra White. And then Worley, well, you talked about that. Sometimes it's the awkward ones that work. And that was certainly the case there for the Panthers.
It is. She was trying to run a slide, but the set wasn't pushed quite far enough, so she kind of got stopped mid-approach.
Worley comes out. Lauren Clark back in for the Panthers, and the service to Sydney Brownlee. Brownlee, good serve. Back line, returned by Houghton. And they'll serve it up front. Gets across. Panthers right there. Lauren Clark got it over. And Ike with the counter. And now a wicked hit here near side for the Panthers. And was that Lauren Clark? I think it was.
No, that was Lily Dexter.
Oh, it was Dexter. Okay.
It was Dexter. It's the flat hit. You don't recognize that hit?
I should have.
Hard, flat rocket.
I was blocked out here by Bill Lieber. 7-5 the score. We should mention the pink whistles when we get a chance that the officiating crew is sporting. It is October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And driving down was Emily Redmond. Tried to get the left hand under it. Maybe tried for the pancake, couldn't get it. And so a point to Eisenhower. This is a good match so far.
This is a good match
Back
so far.
and forth. 7-6 the score. Substitution as Shantae Alinez comes in. Alanese, I should say. Alanese with the service. Back line is Redmond. And now up front to Dexter. And boy, that is just so tough to defend. You just hope you get a lucky carom off a hand on that
Yeah,
one.
I feel like if Wenatchee can work on hitting the ball really hard and really deep, we're going to be just fine. But we got to be able to defend their outsides.
Again on the service here, C.R. White for Wenatchee. That one's a little too deep, and good communication by Ike on their side of the net. Falls out of bounds and will be a point to the Cadets. 8-7 the score, Wenatchee by 1. Out for Eisenhower comes Montana Dixon. And into the game is McKenna Helseth, and the service to Ebony Johnson. Johnson flat serve, far side. That's going to skim away from everybody as Dexter couldn't quite get enough on it to. That's a tough service.
That is a tough serve.
Going away from you.
High, deep, and across your body.
Yeah,
it's hard to defend.
Again, Johnson on the service for Eisenhower, and again, the service goes back line and off of Sydney Brownlee and out of bounds, and Eisenhower takes the lead, 9-8. Well, no lack of confidence on the side of Ike so far. Ebony Johnson this time, our first error on a serve here in the game so far. Lily Dexter will now serve for Wenatchee, all tied at 9. Right-handed serve, the knuckleball, just too much for Tamia Allen to handle. Kind of a tweener for her as well. And those balls that just don't rotate, they kind of come through the air and move as they go.
You use the analogy for baseball, like using that knuckleball. It's the same thing. It's hard to pass.
Same thing back this time, but Ashton Houghton is there. And now Allen at the line, and it kind of caroms off of 3 shoulders. Hits the floor for a point for the Panthers. Wenatchee up 11-9.
Describe the word carom for me.
Carom. So when a ball ricochets off of bodies, that is a carom, where it starts at an angle, finishes at a different angle.
All right.
I played pool a lot in college, so call the carom.
Just not a familiar word. My college coach used to always use the word, or he used to always say the trajectory of the ball.
Yes.
And so I would say that to my volleyball girls, and they'd look at me like, huh? Come again, coach?
Tamia Allen with a trajectory that wasn't quite to her liking there as the point falls for Wenatchee. And here's another just dead ball that comes across the line, and somehow the Cadets are able to counter. Now Wolf with the kill at the net, with a nice block and a nice recovery by Eisenhower. Houghton gets it back across. Dexter to the front line it goes. A little reverse. There it is for Emily Redmond. And here's Allen again. It's touched at the net. White's near side, Wolf, and a hole in the pond they find, and a point for the Panthers, make it 13-9.
Sometimes it seems like it'd almost be easier to dig a ball if it didn't touch that block, but, you know, would you really want to stand there and take one for the team?
No.
Would you?
No,
okay.
wouldn't do it. Again, Dexter on the service, and skims the top of the net, spins over on the overhand, and drops in for the point. We're going to get a timeout here on the floor, taken by Brad Ackerman for Eisenhower. We'll take a break as well. 60 seconds on our broadcast at 7:18 on this Thursday night. Panthers up in game 1, 14-9. We're back after this.
Where will you be a year from now? You could be working as a medical assistant. The Charter College Medical Assistant Certificate Program gets you work ready in 10 months. Add 5 more months to earn an associate degree. We prepare you with hands-on training and support you after graduation with job search help and interview skills. Institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, Charter has been training healthcare professionals for more than 30 years. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
14-9, Panthers on top, and the timeout taken by Eisenhower coach Brad Ackerman, trying to snap out a little string here, and Eisenhower's kind of had some bad bounces go their way, or not go their way, and as the case might be.
It's a game of momentum every single night.
Lily Dexter on the service, where she's been for quite a few balls now. Good serve again, and no talk, and then finally, Eisenhower finally gets it over as McKenna Helseth takes care of it. And here's a block at the net on a shot. I'm not going to say a double hit or a lift by Eisenhower on that just absolute gunshot by Emily Redmond. 15-9 to score. Again, Dexter on the service. And Eisenhower not communicating right now on those serves, and give the credit to Lily Dexter. She's changing it up just enough to keep Eisenhower guessing here, and right now guessing wrong. Dexter again with the right-handed serve. This time goes deep, and there is Houghton. And now Allen, it skims off the top of the net. And this one's going to go off of Megan Wolf's hands and clear into the bench. And so finally the string is broken. Madison Pironi comes in for Eisenhower as Tamia Allen takes a seat. And it will be Pironi to do the service here with her team trailing by 6. Good jump serve back line to Dexter. And this one tough to get to as Dexter was kind of in defense mode there as that ball came right into her lap before she could even think about it.
This is that same ball from last time. It's high, deep, and at a sharp angle across your body.
Absolutely. Pironi again on the service. And again, just a rocket shot. Here's a reverse set for Lauren Clark. Eisenhower with the counter. Back line. Now Wenatchee scrambling. They finally get it back across to Cindy Brownlee. And we're going to get what? Point to Wenatchee?
No, he's calling a redo. One of our girls stayed on the ground or something.
Coach Connor Metcalf out there wondering if there's an injury. Oh, holding her left hand is Lily Dexter. Officials stop play. Is that right way to do it?
I've never really seen that, but I've never too many times seen a girl get hurt in the
injured
middle of a play.
during the middle of a play.
Yeah, I was going to say usually the ball drops.
Right. So they'll
like
just
ankle,
redo the serve here. 16-11 the score.
I can understand why Coach Ackerman would have a hard time with that call.
Sure.
You don't see that very often.
Oh, here's a nice attempt by Redmond to go cross court. Just a little bit too wide. And another point for the Cadets.
So quick tidbit of fun information, useless fact. Brad Ackerman was the assistant coach at Central for the first year I was there playing.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. So I played for Brad and coached against Brad.
That's fun. This one is across. I thought that was 4 hits, but apparently not. Redmond's going to get it over the nets, and a scramble here, and Houghton somehow got it over. Wow, nice scramble by Eisenhower. Now the block at the net. Boy, the Cadets have come to play tonight. Here's a touch by Wolf. Eisenhower back to the task, and this one's going to go out of bounds and give the point and the credit on the spike over there by Ashton Houghton. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Metcalf. Suddenly it's a 16-13 game. Ike trails by 3. Timeout, Wenatchee. We're back after this 30-second timeout on the NCWLIFE channel.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Our broadcast on the NCWLIFE channel brought to you in part by Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians. Celebrating 25 years in the car care business, they speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue. With Leanne Branham, I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCWLIFE channel. And a nice little run here put together by Madison Pironi and the Ike Cadets. And Madison again on the service here. And she eyes where she wants to go, and she puts it right to the back row, and right there is Sydney Brownlee. And now the kill by Wolf, and it caroms off, there's my word again, Andrea Garza. And goes off to the side out of bounds. It'll be a point to the Panthers.
I love it. I've just never really heard you use that word, and you're using it like it's on fire tonight.
Maybe just because I'm tired.
Maybe.
That's the only one that's coming to mind right now. Cammie Worley comes in. Meanwhile, the service will go to Jenna Osborne, who checks in for Wenatchee. Doesn't have the libero shirt on tonight.
She does not. She's a defensive specialist tonight.
Osborne, usually good for several good serves in a row, and this one almost could have been called a carry by Eisenhower, but none coming. And then Wolf's spike attempt at the nets offline, and it will be a point to Eisenhower. 17-14 the score. Substitution for the Cadets. Keelara Baker comes in, and out is Shantae Alaniz, and the service will be Courtney Castle. Castle leaping into the air on the service. Now Wenatchee, beautiful hit on the far side. Was that Redmond?
That was Redmond.
Wow. I'll tell you, you mentioned this before. When Emily gets a hold of it, look out.
I love watching her play. I love it. Not only because she's left-handed, but she just is a sheer athlete.
Emily now on the service for Wenatchee. 18-14, Panthers up by 4. And a tough serve, but a nice job of scrambling there by Pironi. Now the little touch at the net. Megan Wolf using her expertise, or her, I guess you could say, veteran leadership right there.
Yep.
Of seeing the floor. She had a couple of spikes in a row that didn't go her way, so just a little touch.
Yeah, I would tip to that exact same spot every single time until it defended. It is completely open. If you look at how their defense for Ike is right now, their setter, who's their right back, is 10 feet off of the 10-foot line. So that spot
and then you
is
got 2
very
right at
open.
the net on that block.
There's
and
no
so
chance they're digging it. So
touch, little
in
touch.
my opinion, go, 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 go.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a definition of insanity when you try something over and over again and you expect a different result.
Yep, yep. When I was in high school, we were at districts down in Kamiakin, and we were at the very end, and BJ Kuntz was my coach, and she's like, you guys hit, hit, hit. I do not want to see anybody tipping, because everybody just kept tipping. They were scared and everything. Well, there was this giant hole wide open, so I went to hit the ball. I tipped, got the kill, we won the game, and I turned around and said, I'm so sorry. She's like, oh, no. It's okay. You knew what you were doing. You were, making a kill, but it's pretty funny.
Emily Redmond again on the service after the timeout by the Cadets over far side. And here's Houghton again. Boy, she's got the hot hand over there, but the Panthers with the counter. And we're going to get 4 hits against Wenatchee as Megan Wolf's kill attempt. Well, we talked about touch. She tries to go back to the Thunder.
She should have tipped.
And Eisenhower was well shielded from that Thunder. 19-15. Cadets on the service, and it's Andrea Garza. Garza with a nice serve. Dexter steps in to get that. And now here's another little touch.
Can I take the point for that one?
You can take the point for that one.
Thank you.
Yes. 20-15. And now the service to the person who just got the points, Megan Wolf for Wenatchee. Good serve. Back line it comes. And that was Addison Waters. No, Montana Dixon to return that. Haven't seen her too much tonight. And there's another nice touch. But Madison Peroni was in the right place that time as Eisenhower with the counter. Now the set for Worley. Just a little bit off the mark on the set by Sierra White. You want that a little higher, Leanne?
A little bit higher so that she can get her body around the ball.
Well, Cammie Worley at 6'2". You got to keep that in mind, too. I mean, she's already up there to start
She's already up there, and that kind of hit is awesome for a kid that plays basketball because it's the same footwork as a lay-in.
Right. Houghton with a beautiful serve, and that's going to go in for an ace. Sydney Brownlee couldn't get down to the ground fast enough to get after that one. And I'll tell you what, the 6-foot senior Ashton Houghton is impressive. Houghton with the service again, trailing by 3. That one's too deep. Good communication on the back line for Wenatchee is Lily Dexter quickly hollered and put her right hand in the air and said, nope, that one's too long. And it's a 21-17 Wenatchee lead as Lauren Clark comes back in. And back to serve will be Sydney Brownlee. Brownlee with the serve. Back line Houghton. Up front it comes to Johnson. Now Allen with the kill and the points. Well, we saw her early in the match come through with that, but she's been kind of quiet since.
She's been kind of quiet, but right there, that is the easiest kind of ball to block if Wenatchee were to put up a big solid block, but that went right in between them. Hopefully
into the contest comes Shantae Alaniz. And another timeout going to be taken by Wenatchee. It gives me a chance to remind you that our broadcast brought to you in part by the Windmill Restaurant of Wenatchee, priding itself on being a local legend for 80 years. The Windmill features slow-roasted prime rib, highest quality hand-cut steaks, and fresh seafood. Homemade dressings and pies are made daily and are the mainstay of this legendary landmark restaurant. The Windmill has a full bar and an excellent selection of food. Call the Windmill today at 665-9529. That's 665-9529. Along with Leanne Branham, Eric Grandstrom with you, and a cast of hundreds here at Wenatchee High School for this Big 9 volleyball match between the Panthers and the Cadets. We are in the first game, 21-18. Good one back and forth here in this first contest of the night. And this, we're going to get a rotation violation against the Cadets. I believe that out of rotation was McKenna Helseth on that one. At least that's the call that I was able to get from Kirk Einspar. And meanwhile, Wenatchee on the service. Sierra White will serve it to Montana Dixon. And now we've got into the nets. Eisenhower, or no, 4 hits they're going to call against the Cadets.
No. That was a number 4 because that's her jersey
number 4, okay.
She was in the net.
Right.
That was only 2 hits.
I was going to say, how did I miss 3 hits there? I don't know how I missed that. 23-18, again, White on the service for Wenatchee. Back line, it comes to Houghton, and it is to Johnson. Now they get it back over. Wenatchee up front. Let's see, here's the set. Lauren Clark gets it over, but right back it comes. White, reverse to Redmond. Redmond back line, and it's touched, and it goes in. Off of the hand of Sydney Brownlee. Nice counter by Eisenhower. How about that? 23-19 our score. Dixon will come out, and she's replaced in the lineup here by Andrea Garza. Meanwhile, back to serve will be Emily Johnson, who is kind of a spark plug in that last point. Johnson on the service. Back line it goes. Wolf gets it to White. Now to Dexter. Dexter can't get it back, though, as it kind of took an awkward hit off of Sydney Brownlee. Panthers a little out of sorts right now. Still clinging to a 23-20 lead here in the first game. Best out of 5. First team to 3, I guess you could say. And now Wenatchee scrambling again. Rotation a little bit off here. Wolf gets it over. Allen with the kill, and it's in! Back corner she goes.
I was going to say, and if you're Eisenhower right now, you've got number 4 serving, who you want serving back there.
23-21. Ebony Johnson, the 5'4" sophomore, serving it very well. Cross court she goes. Over to Brownlee. Now the rotation. This one's way too far.
And no timeouts left.
Megan Wolf hit that one a little bit too heftily, and it's a 23-22 contest. Emily Johnson on a run right now for Eisenhower. Service. Cross court it goes. Nice job by Wenatchee to get a hold of that one. Dexter with the ball going towards the ground, and Eisenhower counters. Sierra White now to Redmond. Off of it will go nearly into the hoop of the basketball here at the Panthers gymnasium. And that's the first time I've seen her hit from this left side. Emily Redmond with the cannon, and Wenatchee a point away from winning this first game. Lily Dexter, who started things off here, will have the service. Dexter across to Houghton. Now they get it over to Allen. Allen's just going to touch it. Now to White for the sets, and a little scramble by Wenatchee. Wolf gets it over. Cross court to Allen. Allen blocked, but then Wolf, and then Brownlee, and then Sierra White gets it over. Here's Allen again with a touch. She's blocked. Scramble. Ike gets it back over. Nice job. Lily Dexter up front it
Emily,
goes. Reverse to Redmond, and it's out.
No, she touched it on her way out.
Did she touch it?
Yeah.
Yes, she did. It's a Wenatchee point. Boy, close one there. And how about that first game here tonight? Wenatchee is able to hold on and get the victory 25-22 here in game 1. We're going to take a 60-second break and get you ready for game 2 coming up as we're bringing you live Big 9 volleyball tonight on the NCWLIFE channel. We're back after this 60-second timeout.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen?
Meinen Zylinder überschwingt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care, speak your car's language.
Fragen schließen. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care, we speak your car or truck's language.
Thanks for watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel. It's brought to you in part by the Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service. Located at 1205 Walnut Street in Wenatchee, thefireplaceguy.net. Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home. And the Windmill Restaurant, providing traditional steakhouse meals in a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Call 509-665-9529.
Thanks for joining us for Big 9 Volleyball tonight, live on the NCWLIFE channel. Our broadcast brought to you in part by One Way Construction. Premier custom home builders and construction company for North Central Washington. Includes general contracting, framing, concrete, and consultation services online at onewayconstructionnw.com. Also by the Windmill, a time-tested restaurant providing traditional steakhouse meals in a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Open 7 days a week, 4:30 to 9. Call 509-665-9529. Well, Leanne Brenham, that was an interesting first game.
That was.
I couldn't quite decipher if it was Wenatchee off or Eisenhower rising to the occasion and playing strong. I guess a combination of both.
Sure. Do you want my coaching opinion?
Yes.
My viewing opinion?
Yes.
For Wenatchee.
Here, let me get this a little closer for you.
All right, but last time they said it was really hot.
No, I turned you down.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you. So Wenatchee needs to execute on the things that they can beat them on. They were not beating them at hitting the ball at them every single time. They were beating them by tipping the ball and playing like off-speed shots. Every time we'd hit the ball hard, other than Emily Redmond, they were digging it. So you work for your shots and you work for your angles, and we hopefully will put up some sort of bigger, better block on their outsides, and then game over,
Gotcha.
in my opinion.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. It'll be Eisenhower on the first serve here as we get ready for the second game. First team to 3 wins. Wenatchee trying to snap a 3-game losing streak here. Of course, in that was a 5-game marathon with Eastmont that they lost 3-2. And then falling to Moses Lake 3-1. And then dropping to West Valley. Of course, West Valley, I mean, they've won how many league games in a row now?
1,300,000.
Yeah, I think it is. It's crazy.
A lot. West Valley's always strong. But you know what? Our JV team pretty single-handedly beat their JV last night, and they have 9 seniors on their varsity.
I wanted to say that, too. I am very impressed. I've seen the JV play. Now, this is the 3rd time I've come in. We're setting up the gear and all that kind of stuff, and seeing the JV play, they're very good.
They're very good. I might be biased because I have a kid on the team.
Well,
but
I mean, it's all
I've
right.
done nothing to help her learn volleyball, so.
Peroni with the service. This ball goes off of the roof and will come down, and I think Ike maybe thought it was not in play anymore, but as long as it's over the floor and you can get to it, and you got to get to it and play it off the ceiling.
I love Miss Jenna's service approach right here. Watch her head out the court. Like, check in, check out, refocus.
Takes a 90. It's kind of the horse in the moving chess. She goes back and over. I don't know if anybody plays chess or not. And I'm sure that move has a call to it.
It does. I don't know the call, and I used to know how to play chess.
Yeah.
Back when I used to have time.
See, but yeah, see, she starts right there at the free throw line and then walks directly back, and then will take a little step to her left, almost like we said, like a kicker lining up for an extra point. 2-0 the score. And the service goes back line to Pieroni. And now a little soft touch at the line, and this one's going to not get back over. And give the credit to McKenna Helseth. Just a little soft touch at the line, and point to the Cadets. 2-1 to score. We've got poor Kilara Baker kind of came in and was like, I really don't know where I'm supposed to go right now. Somebody help me, please. And so Bill Lieber, our official, goes over, helps her out. And speaking of out, that service was a little out. And so a point to the Panthers.
I was too busy over here watching the Wenatchee coaching staff laugh about something that was going on, and I missed that whole process you saw.
Okay. I missed it as
Something's funny over here on the bench.
Emily Redmond, meanwhile, with a serve for Wenatchee. Good serve and a good job by Pieroni to get down after it. Sierra White crosses over, and there's that little touch again for Megan Wolf. And, well, as long as it works, keep doing it.
As long as it works, you keep doing it.
Andrea Garza was over there trying to front at the net. Emily Redmond again on the service as they lead it 4-1. Well, I want to talk to you about something that happened in that Eastmont match.
Sure.
As Eisenhower Canners. Now Cammie Worley, a little give and go there. Cammie almost found that hole in the pond. Up front it comes to White, crossover to Wolf, and tried to go with the hard hit, and off the mark it is. So, Coach Connor Metcalf in the match against Eastmont.
He got in trouble.
He got in trouble. And he had to sit for the rest. And actually a yellow card was pulled out of the official's pocket, which I'd seen in soccer plenty. Had never seen here is Wenatchee again with a spike attempt that goes right into the middle of the nets. And it's a 4-3 contest. Ike on the serve here. I'd never seen that before.
No.
Kind of describe that to me.
Sure, I've seen a lot of yellow cards. I've seen that happen a fair amount of times, but you don't very often, I've never seen it to where the coach had to sit after that. So I don't know if you get a yellow card for a certain reason, if you have to sit. And I think that's why my husband was texting me and saying, what did Connor do wrong? He's sitting there staring at the at the playbook, you know,
he was looking at the rule book.
Yeah, and he was passing down the list.
He
so
spent the rest of that game looking at the rule book to find out.
And I don't know if he ever found the right answer, and I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it is. Obviously, the refs know the rules, but I've never seen it called to where they have to sit the rest of the match.
Cammie Worley with the kill attempt, skims off of a cadet, and now the counter by Eisenhower.
That's exactly what I wanted to see right there. They triple blocked, Wenatchee triple blocked. That's what they need to be doing.
Point to the Panthers.
Sorry, I got excited and I talked all over you.
No, that's good. You see it.
That was a coaching point right there. It was good.
6-3, Wenatchee up by 3. Megan Wolf on the service again for the Panthers. Down the line it goes, and it's out. Close, but not quite. Good idea. She tried to go the same side from which she served. Madison Pironi out of the lineup here for Eisenhower, and back to serve will be Ashton Houghton. Houghton has certainly shown herself to be a competitor here. Off of Wolf, scramble by Brownlee, Sierra White, excuse me, and then Worley gets it back over. There's a set in the middle and a block for Worley. And a point for the Panthers. Lauren Clark in. Cammie Worley comes out. Also out is Jenna Osborne, and also in comes Sydney Brownlee. She'll have the service here as her team leads it by 3, 7-4. This one just over the net as it goes, and I don't know. They're going to say under or into the net again for the second time here. Ebony Johnson for Eisenhower, and I think that bailed Wenatchee out because they were into the net on the other side, and then also they were over the net.
Yeah, I think Wenatchee had all 3 players in the net, over the net, everywhere, but lucky for them, Ike has a back row setter right now, so she can't do that.
All right, so here's the service again here for Sydney Brownlee. Back line it goes. Houghton had it. Now to Allen. Allen, it's deep. Boy, Megan Wolf almost touched that with her fingertip. Yep.
Please be out.
Well, that's one of those, it has to feel like slow motion where you're
Yeah.
diving
Please
down
be out.
and you hope it doesn't touch my hand. 9-4 the score. Our broadcast on the NCWLIFE channel brought to you in part by Charter College. Charter types find solutions. Are you a charter type? They work to get you to work. Call 509-415-3576. Hey, I should remind folks, tomorrow night we're going to be back on the campus, well, sort of the campus of Wenatchee High School. It's across the way over at the Apple Bowl for some Big 9 football right here on the NCWLIFE channel as West Valley takes on the Wenatchee Panthers. Grant Olson will join me for your play-by-play tomorrow, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock with the kickoff as we bring you football from Lee Bofto Field to the Apple Bowl. Coming up this weekend, if you missed that Wenatchee Eastmont volleyball match, it went 5. It was, I mean, just high drama. We're going to have that Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock on the replay. So if you missed it, watch it. And then Moses Lake Wenatchee football Saturday night at 7 on the replay right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
I just got excited. I really want to see that game.
Well, there you go. It's also available online on our website on the on-demand portion.
2 o'clock Saturday. That's nap
2
time. That's
o'clock.
perfect.
There you go. Diving down. Nice play by Sydney Brownlee. Now flat-footed across it comes from Dexter. Back line to Wolf. Up front. Rotation around. Dexter looked like she almost fell down. Nice volley back and forth. This one's in. Dive attempt by Megan Wolf just out of her reach. And give the kill to Mia Allen. Substitution here for Eisenhower as McKenna Helseth comes in. Back to serve is Shantae Alaniz. As the Cadets trail it by 4, 9-5. Alaniz with a good serve. Brownlee on the return. Now backwards it goes to Dexter. Back line. Eisenhower with a scramble. Allen back line to Wolf. Now the set for Dexter up front. Again, Allen gets it rotated her way. Nice block at the net for Wenatchee. Panthers back up as they bring it softly over, and then the hard set right there for Lauren Clark, and the scramble here by Eisenhower. They get it across. What a volley we've got on this point. Now Dexter back line, skims off the two cadets, out of bounds, and a point to Wenatchee. Hard fought 10th point here in game 2 for the Panthers.
I could hear Coach Metcalf louder than you through these microphones saying that's the first time we've done that all season, and he was very excited about something that they did right there.
Service for Sierra White for Wenatchee. Back line and a miss hit there as the ball was up right in her grill for Montana Dixon, and the sophomore was like, okay, I'll get a better one next time, Coach, I'm sorry. 11-5 the score. Sierra White again on the service for Wenatchee. That's an awkward spinning one, and Montana Dixon this time gets it. Now to Allen, a little soft serve across the nets with that curly cue on top from Dairy Queen.
Yes.
And this one is out, and I don't think it touched anybody going through, and it will be a point to the Cadets. Lily Dexter with a whistle of breath out of her cheeks saying, I thought that touched somebody. 11-6 the score. Back to serve Ebony Johnson, and look out, she is a good server. Johnson with a service here, and Wenatchee just gets it on a return basically set for Allen off of Lily Dexter. And a point to the Cadets, 11-7 the score. Again, Ebony Johnson, just like you said, the one you want back there, and they've got that front row just how they want it as well. And this one ticks the top of the net. Wolf gets it. Now the kill attempt by Dexter, and a point to Wenatchee. Panthers kind of up in the game a little bit here, up in the intensity a little bit here in this second contest.
Absolutely, and you can see how good Wenatchee can be. You know what I mean? Like if they can just get a hold of the intensity that they play at their top level, they're going to be really good.
Good return by Allen. She gets it back to her, but a block right there. Lauren Clark teaming up with Megan Wolf as they present the stone wall, and the ball falls. Point to the Panthers. When you said triple block.
Yes.
Okay, explain that.
All three of our front row players are blocking. Sometimes you have one person up blocking, sometimes you have two, but right now they're swinging their outside, Megan Wolf, all the way to the outside to block. All three of them are up there.
Emily Redmond with the kill. Eisenhower claiming that ball was not a block, that it hit the top of the net, and I'm not sure they're not incorrect on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Service for Wenatchee, leading at 14-7. Allen with the kill attempt, and this time a little bit off the mark on her shot.
Well, and something I was going to say, so when you start putting up a triple block on a kid, they're going to start freaking out a little bit because I just got blocked. Now I'm going to have to tip. Now, you don't think to yourself, yeah, it's kind of hard to think to yourself, there's three blockers, there's a lot more open space. So it takes them a while to figure it out, and the minute you figure it out, then you start double blocking again and you play defense. So Connor's really smart. He's really volleyball savvy, so I'm sure he'll figure that out. But
speaking of which, let's talk about what he did at practice yesterday.
Yes.
We didn't get a chance to ask him that.
No,
here.
you cut me off,
I know,
Eric.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to ask him in the pregame show if he ever scrimmages with his girls, because I'm really intrigued to see him play. I know he played college volleyball, and just watching men's volleyball is pretty interesting. So he said he did a drill with the girls that he let two of them out there at one time, and he said, if one of you guys can get a dig high up in the air, practice is over. So he slammed a couple balls down, and they're like, Coach, you're not even hitting it to us. And he's like, come on, like up for the challenge. The whole team got out there ready to dig a ball, and one girl took one off her shoulder, head or something that popped up in the air. He looked around and said, all right, practice is over.
That's not only motivating, but also fun.
It is, you know, and you have to stay lighthearted, especially when you're coaching high school girls. And so I really enjoy hearing stories like that.
Lily Dexter on the service after the timeout here, and Houghton with the return. Now the set for Lauren Clark, and it's in. Boy, I don't know how she saw that crease back there, but she did and found it. And a point for Wenatchee as she turns with a brilliant smile on her face, looking back
She's still
towards
clapping
Connor
for herself.
Metcalf.
Oh.
See, and that's, I just love, especially the girls' sports, where they just show every emotion, both good and bad. And speaking of emotions, celebratory right now for Wenatchee on the ace by Lily Dexter. Panthers by 10, 17-7 here in the second game. Back line it goes. Castle with the return. Tipped at the net. This one's going to be basically served right up for Allen, but right there is Dexter. Over to Megan Wolf. It's blocked and into the nets. No, 4 hits. Going to be called against Wenatchee. And a point to Eisenhower. Not for a lack of effort, that's for sure.
No, absolutely not.
Allen replaced in the lineup here by Madison Peroni as the 5'1" junior comes back in here for the Cadets, and she'll have the service. She's also deadly on the serve. We have, though, rotation problems for the Cadets. And a point to Wenatchee. Worley comes in for the Panthers as both Brownlee and Clark come out. Also in is Jenna Osborne, who will have the service here for Wenatchee as the Panthers lead it by 10. Osborne. And I think they're going to say Megan Wolf was into the net.
She got a little too excited. The ball wasn't even over our side.
So that is a penalty as well, too.
Yes.
If you reach over and touch the ball while it's still on their side of the net.
You cannot interfere with the play of the game on the other side of the net.
Okay. I used to be able to jump like that. Megan Wolf, a little soft serve this time, and she got it back over. And now the set for Houghton, tipped at the net. Dexter's there, off to White, crosses over to Wolf. Oh, tried to find the hole, and no communication after the diving play by Ebony Johnson. Cadets let that one fall betwixt them, and it's a 19-9 contest.
Betwixt them?
Yeah, betwixt. Bemused and betwixt.
I am learning all sorts of wonderful things from you tonight.
It sifted betwixt her fingers. Emily Redmond now going to present some metal fingers on the service here for Wenatchee. Back line it goes. Now Houghton just got it across. Back line to Dexter up front. Now the set for Worley, and she was kind of out of sorts on that on the reverse set by Sierra White.
Well, and it's hard because it's so far off the net. If you look, it's like almost parallel to me right here. They got to get her up towards the net.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
5 feet away from the net trying to get that. And if you're going to do that, you got to have it higher up.
Right.
So the trajectory is correct.
Yes.
Back line off of the shoulder of Lily Dexter. Now to Wolf. They got to get it over. They do.
Oh, my gosh.
And, well, sometimes better be lucky than good.
Yep.
Now near side, Houghton. Back line it goes. Wenatchee scrambling. Are they going to get to it? No. But A for effort for the Panthers. Jenna Osborne, as well as Megan Wolf. They nearly had to go to East Wenatchee to find that one.
They did.
19-11 the score.
That's one of the ones after that point you hope someone calls it timeout.
Garza on the service again for the Cadets. Now the reverse to Lily Dexter, or excuse me, to Cammie Worley, and give the point to the Panthers as it caromed off of a finger on the back line.
It did. It caromed perfectly.
Substitution for the Cadets. Montana Dixon comes back in, and back to serve here for Wenatchee will be Megan Wolf. Wolf with a good serve, and Castle there. Up front, Johnson off to Houghton, and this time it spins off of the block attempt by Lily Dexter. Out of bounds, point to the Cadets. Tamia Allen will replace Madison Peroni in the lineup, and meanwhile it is Ashton Houghton back to serve here for the Cadets, trailing at 20-12. Her serve, difficult serve, and it's at the net, and this one's going to be a point to the Cadets. And I don't know what you're supposed to do with a serve like that. Lily Dexter just really had no chance.
It's tough.
Again, Houghton, 6 feet senior. And when we get a rotation violation against Wenatchee, Bill Lieber pointing it out to Connor Metcalf. Not sure what the call is here. I couldn't overhear that conversation. Could you?
Well, he's saying that whoever's back row must be in front of the other person, but I don't know. He must have been really picking it.
20-14, and another ace. Give it to Ashton Houghton. She's on a little roll right now. 20-15, and for the first time, we're going to see Charlie Plinsky in the lineup.
Alex Toth.
Excuse me?
Alex Toth.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
That is the number 11
yeah,
right
it's
there.
11. Yeah, it's right there, right in front of me, in this giant print that I decided to do. Back line it comes. And here she is, Top, with the
right in with the kill.
For Wenatchee.
That's what you want to see when you sub somebody in.
Alex will, excuse me, Cammie Worley will come out. So too will Jenna Osborne. Lauren Clark is in, and Brownlee comes in as well to serve. Panthers up 21-15. Brownlee center on the service, and it's in. Wow. Well, the linesman back there was looking right at it.
I think he landed right in front of his foot. I think that was a good call.
22-15 to score. We don't have replay here. Back line, Castle. Up front to Johnson. Now to Allen. On the block by the Panthers. Allen again. Down to a knee. Nice job by Toft. How about Alex Toft? She comes in. 2 points right away.
That's what you want to see. It's perfect.
She's showing me up for calling her Plinsky.
Totally.
That's why.
I know. You know,
yeah.
I know the family really well, so I had to give that to the mother because, you know, not often is her kid getting in right now. So you got to see that.
23-15 to score. Panthers trying to wrap it up here in the second. And now scramble here for Dixon. She gets it across to Brownlee. Up front, and a little swat there. Almost whiffed on by Lauren Clark, but it works. And a point to the Panthers, 24-15.
Sometimes in an offensive scheme, when you play something like that so quick, it's so hard to defend, even if you don't get a great hand on it. In college, we sometimes would try to run it super fast like that.
Brownlee, back line to Castle. Ike gets it across. Now Toth, she's got 2 points already, looking for a third. Cadets counter, Toth. Now the set. Ooh, that was an awkward one, but Clark got it across. Giggling as she goes. Allen back line to Wolf. White up front. Toth this time a little bit off the mark, and a point to the Cadets. 24-16. I just love the giggling and laughter that's going on the Wenatchee side.
Oh, and that Lauren, she's a silly one. She's just a giggler, always happy, always coming in the office, and she's pretty fun to be around.
Shantae Alaniz on the service, backline to Wolf. Now to White, now the set for Clark. Clark swats it across. Johnson to Allen, and Toth. As it was touched at the net, Toth suddenly had the angle change on her, and she couldn't get her hands up quick enough. So it's a 24-17 contest. We're going to take a break and come back. 30 seconds on our broadcast with the Panthers in charge here in the second after they won the first 25-22. You're watching Big Nine Volleyball on the NCWLIFE channel.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha Frappuccino.
A peach Red Bull.
Thanks for joining us on the NCWLIFE channel on Channel 12 on LocalTel, Channel 19 on Charter, on our website as well, ncwlife.com/live-stream. Those of you who may be watching us from the Yakima Valley tonight, appreciate you tuning in, along with Leanne Branham, I'm Eric Grandstrom, and a 24-17 contest after the timeout by Wenatchee. Service to Shantae Alaniz. Backline it comes to Brownlee. Up front to White. Here's Toth going a little too deep on the hit. Her team surrounds her and says, yeah, that's okay. We'll get it next time. 24-18 the score.
It's hard when you have this big of a lead. Sometimes it just feels like too big of a cushion, and it's hard to finish.
Alaniz to Wolf. Now to White.
There
and
you go.
Sierra White will get the point to get the win for the Panthers. Nice job by Sierra. Kind of deked the defense and said, I'll put it over myself. And she does.
Do this. I love when setters can take control of a point and of a situation like that.
Well,
That's what you
and
need.
she certainly did there. We will come back for the third game. We're through two. Panthers up 2-zip, 25-22 and 25-18. We're back after this 60-second timeout. You're watching Big Nine Volleyball on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE channel. Our broadcast brought to you in part by One Way Construction. Founded in 2000, One Way is a premier custom home builder and construction company in Leavenworth, Cashmere, Chelan, Wenatchee, and all of north central Washington. Whether your project requires general contracting, framing, concrete, or consulting services, they want to be part of making your vision a reality. They believe that great communication and customer service plays the most important role of a successful construction project. Find them on the web at onewayconstructionnw.com. By the way, when you're out in the community and you happen by one of our sponsors, please say thank you, because we wouldn't be able to bring these to you if it weren't for them. So it's their financial support that helps pay the bills to pay for our videographers and our producers and our engineers, and for the highly priced Leanne Branham to join us on the
Spendy
broadcasts here on the NCWLIFE channel. So, but seriously though, thank them for me if you could, please. Alignment Pros, Automoca, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, The Windmill, Charter College, Walkabout Grill, also Swoboda Photography. Be sure, if you ever run into them or you go into their businesses, say, hey, I saw a game on the NCWLIFE channel. That's so cool. You guys did volleyball. You have it because of you guys. So thank you very much.
Totally. And if you guys ever see Eric while you're out and about, totally give him a high five, because he's like the coolest dude and is so stinking good at what he does.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That. Now I'm going to pay you extra. See, I only have a $1 bill in my wallet, Mom.
It's okay. No, but seriously, you're so good at what you do. You just flow through it, and obviously you do this a lot, and you do it for a lot bigger capacities than Panther volleyball, but nonetheless, this is just as important.
See, I just do it because I love athletics. I love kids. I love watching the faces.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth the price of admission to come here and just sit and watch and be able to try to describe what's happening. And I don't do it necessarily the greatest all the time, but I love how these girls, both sides, doesn't matter what team you're rooting for, are so invested in what they're doing. They work hard to get out here and put the uniform on and represent the name on the front, not the name on the back.
Totally. Kind of funny, though. You said price of admission. You don't pay to get into these.
I don't. I sign my name. Lily Dexter on the service here in game 3 after Wenatchee took the first two, 25-22 and 25-18. See how the Cadets respond here after getting down behind, and the first point goes to Wenatchee on the hit by Ebony Johnson that goes just a little bit too far. It's close, but not quite.
Kind of fun to turn around. I can see a few parents with earbuds in their ears behind us probably listening as we're doing this.
And there's a kind of a neat little behind-the-head tap by Andrea Garza. The Panthers respond well, however. Lauren Clark's able to get the point for the Panthers. 2-0 the score, Wenatchee on top. Lily Dexter again on the serve. Right-handed serve from that left corner back there. Tried to go soft. She saw the hole in the pond up front by the net.
She did, and she executed that last game really well.
Yes.
I just got to thinking, is there a big football game on right now?
It's Thursday night football, yes.
Yeah, guaranteed that Dad's listening to football right now, not us.
Yeah, well, okay, fine. I can get you scores here through the magic of my phone if you're watching us and not watching football or baseball. As a matter of fact, we've got the National League Divisional Series going on, and I think the Milwaukee Brewers won the early game. Beautiful block there between Lauren Clark and Megan Wolf. Wolf with that fist pump towards her bench, 3-1 to score.
It's so fun to watch the girls get so excited and execute something so perfectly. I really like to see that with Coach Connor, because he saw what was beating them in game 1, and he has turned it around to use that to their advantage.
Well, and also, as you know, being a coach yourself, You can talk a lot about what you want to do. It takes a while for the girls to start responding and understand your language.
Well, and they will buy into your program if you execute something and it works. So obviously these girls are bought into what he's doing right now because their triple block is working.
Megan Wolf with a big hit there. The block came back out of bounds. It'll go a point to Wenatchee. As I try to bring up my MLB.com here. And get you scores from baseball. Nice serve there for Osborne. Returned by the Cadets. Up front to White. And now the kill by Redmond goes right into the net. So they're going to call 4 hits there as it caromed back into somebody's face. The Brewers, yes, won in extra innings here earlier tonight by a score of 3-2 over Colorado. So they take a 1-0 lead in that series. Meanwhile, the Dodgers in the bottom of the 7th lead 5-0 over Atlanta. Up to date on baseball.
Did you see that block right there?
NFL football coming up.
Emily Redmond hit about as hard as she possibly could hit it. The girl blocked about 45 feet out of bounds.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's a good thing it hit her hand and not like
her
her face. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Houghton with a beautiful try by Megan Wolf. Oh, Panthers just can't quite get it, but a nice try by Megan Wolf and a good idea at the net here for the Cadets. Service by Andrea Garza. Cadets trailing it by 2, 5-3. Back line it goes to Osborne. Here's Wolf and cannon shot from Megan Wolf. Skims off of Courtney Castle, sprawling to the ground and goes out of bounds. Montana Dixon comes back in here for Eisenhower as Andrea Garza takes a seat. Meanwhile, Megan Wolf on the service for Wenatchee. That was out and just barely, but a good eyeball by Montana Dixon back there to let that one go. Good communication for Eisenhower. Madison Peroni replaced in the lineup here by Tamia Allen. She's had a quality game here tonight for the Cadets as Eisenhower trails at 6-4. Service to Houghton and just under the top line of that net, and Ashton not happy with herself on that one.
I'm going to have to ask Coach after the game if she transferred in. For her being such a great player, I don't remember her a ton last year.
Could be.
I'm wondering if Ike graduated a lot of kids. They might have, since they only have 3 seniors this year.
7-4 the score. Wenatchee on top. On the service for the Panthers, it was Brownlee. Sarah White with a double hit they're going to call.
On Sierra, setter.
Sierra.
Bobbled off funny.
So I've seen that a few times now where her set is not nice and high, but like directly at somebody.
Right, right. Well, and what they called right there was a double hit, and if it bobbles off one hand to the other before it pushes out, then it's called a double hit. It's tricky if the ball comes to you fast to get it out nice and pretty.
Serve is deep and came right into the lap of Emily Redmond, who's trying to get away from that like a hot potato, but it found her hands and is a point to the Cadets and give the ace to Shantae Alaniz. Got an NFL score for you coming up in a moment. Alaniz again on the service to Megan Wolf in the back line. The White, and there's the kill for Lauren Clark, and whew, that was pretty.
That was so fun. That's why I loved being in the middle, was that exact play right there when it just works. This is fun to see Lauren have an on night right now.
She is, absolutely. 8-6, Panthers up. Service for Wenatchee by Sierra White. And that service, tough one to handle. Dixon has it now to Johnson. Now over to Allen. Allen out of her comfort zone, being that far away from the net. Fourth quarter score in New England tonight. Patriots on top of Indianapolis, 31-17 in the NFL game on Thursday Night Football on Fox. Now Allen, block attempt by Wenatchee at the net. They get it back over, does Brownlee. To Dixon. Now back to Allen. Her spike is too deep. Didn't touch anybody.
No.
It goes out and will be a point to the Panthers.
Man, when she connects, though, that is a hard hit ball.
It really is.
I'm so old now, I'm a little scared to even think about trying to dig that. I'll stick to Women's League.
Service to the Cadets, and Well, it started on a miss hit by Dixon and then continued on a couple of miss hits there. And their coach, Brad Ackerman, wants to take a timeout here. We'll take a 30-second break on the broadcast as well. 11-6 the score here in the third. Wenatchee trying to sweep aside the Cadets. We're back after this on the NCWLIFE channel.
Thanks for watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel. Brought to you by One Way Construction, premier custom home builders and construction company for North Central Washington, including general contracting, framing, concrete, and consulting services. OneWayConstructionNW.com. The Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service, located at 1205 Walnut Street, Wenatchee. TheFireplaceGuy.net. And Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home.
11-6 our score here at Wenatchee High School as the Panthers are on top and trying to get it in 3 tonight. Emily Redmond replaced in the lineup here by Madison Johnson for Wenatchee. We see Johnson for the first time here tonight. And the service by Sierra White. And Sierra served down the far side. It goes out of bounds. Our broadcast brought to you in part by the Alignment Pros and Express Lube. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube, including front and four-wheel alignment. Online at alignpros.com or at 182 Eastmont Avenue in East Wenatchee. Service here for Johnson. Good serve again. Nice little soft touch by Lauren Clark, and Lauren having a great night tonight for the Panthers. Yet another point for Lauren. Lily Dexter will be on the service here with Wenatchee up 12-7. And Connor Metcalf constantly with the positive encouragement. And a beautiful serve for Dexter. Give her an ace in the back corner.
I like the way that Connor coaches, though, because it's like every point, regardless if it's good or bad, he's working with the girl on something.
13-7 Wenatchee up. Dexter again service. A little crowded back there, but Eisenhower gets the ball over, and now Allen almost a lift. Now reverse, and there's a point for the youngster that just came in, Madison Johnson. The 5'7" junior comes up with a point here on a nice set to her.
Absolutely. That's so great. Like I said last game with Alex Toth, it's nice to see somebody come off the bench and execute.
There's a service by Dexter. Dexter is soft, beautiful, almost found the hole. Return gets over by Castle. Dexter back line. White with the set for Megan Wolf. Now, nice job getting down after that one by Brownlee. And this hit a little bit too strong. Cross court by Wolf goes out of bounds. Substitution here, Pironi comes back in and will replace Tamia Allen.
This girl, for not being super tall in stature, has a very fierce serve.
Yeah, absolutely. Pironi on the serve. And that is just difficult. Somehow Dexter got down to get it, and unfortunately Megan Wolf doesn't have enough Wheaties for breakfast on that one, and
the
just
forearm power.
Couldn't quite get it over there. 14-9 to score. Cadets trying to hang right in there. Maybe force this to a fourth game. Service. Brownlee. Wolf. This time Johnson is there. And a beautiful job by Lauren Clark. Thank you very much, she says. Taps it back and says, I'll take that point.
I'm sad to see her come out right now. I'm really enjoying watching her play. It's time for Cammie Worley to get into it right here.
Cammie Worley comes in, and back to serve will be Jenna Osborne for the Panthers, leading it by 6. The diminutive one gets it across, no problem. Over to Houghton. We haven't called her name in a while, but there will be a point for Ashton Houghton and the Cadets.
Yeah, I feel knock on wood, but I feel like you haven't said her name much since game 1.
Nope. Well, what you were talking about with that triple block.
Yeah.
I mean, it really kind of took her out of the game there.
It did. It absolutely did.
15-10 the score, but the Cadets are right in it here as Courtney Castle will serve. The 5'6" junior approaches. Crosses over. Dexter reaches down, gets a hold of it. Panthers get it back over. There's a set for Houghton again. Again, blocked at the nets. Panthers do a good job countering. Johnson up front to Garza, and now the kill, and Well, kind of a miss hit there, but happy accident for Addison Waters. She'll take the points.
I like how they have this pretty much the smallest girl on the court playing middle right now. You don't see that very often.
It's kind of going back to old school.
Yeah.
Jump serve, back line, Dexter. There to White. And now the kill attempt by Johnson. Give her the points as the block goes out of bounds. Madison's come in, put in some quality moments here for the Panthers. I should mention, since I tried to put her in the game earlier, Charlie Plinsky is in there now.
She is in now. You can't
Wenatchee.
miss her.
Here's the serve. Tough one that time, but the Cadets counter. Megan Wolf directs it. Nice eye there to try to get it on the back line. Houghton gets it over. Now the set by White. Here's Megan Wolf again trying to find that hole on the near side. Houghton crossover. Nice job by Osborne to get after it. Wolf gets it over. Block at the net. Panthers right there. Block again. It goes in the net. They get it over. And what a point for the Panthers on that one. It was hard earned, hard fought for, but Wenatchee gets it.
I love intense points. You get so excited. The girls are so excited. I'm just sitting here like watching and relishing in all of it.
17-11. Again, the service for Wenatchee. And this one almost an ace, but good job by the Cadets Castle to scramble after it. Now the set for Wolf. And Megan, when she tonight has just wound up and she really wants to smoke that ball, just has not had the angle of what she wants. And
it's almost as if they're not connecting. The ball needs to be a little bit higher because she's swinging away and it's hitting almost the ground on
Right.
Wenatchee's side. So they got to figure that out hopefully tomorrow in practice.
17-12. Andrea Garza now with the service here for Eisenhower. Back line to Dexter. And Panthers rotate around. Wolf again tries to find that hole. I'll give the credit to the Cadets. They're covering that hole right now.
Yep.
And a block at the net. It will spin off of Plinsky out of bounds on the hit by Houghton. And a good timeout, I think, here for Coach Connor Metcalf for the Wenatchee Panthers. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Automoca. What's your Automoca emergency? Visit one of their 6 locations in the Valley, including the only Automoca with inside seating on 5th Street across from Wenatchee Valley College. Also by Color Effects, offering screen printing, embroidery, digital printing, and logo design for your team, school, business, or church at a fair price. Locally owned for over 20 years, call Color Effects at 509-741-7609. Along with Leanne Branham, I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. It has been a challenging night for the Panthers. I mean, they have won 2 straight, 25-22, 25-18. They're up by 4 in this one. But the Cadets giving them all they can handle here.
Oh, absolutely. The Cadets are definitely not rolling over right now.
Andrea Garza, the 5'7" senior, trying to continue the string. Meanwhile, the Connor Metcalf, head coach for Wenatchee, hoping that he just put the bugaboo in her service. Here's the serve here.
Or as my mom would say, a net whammy.
Net whammy. And the touch.
I think that's
and
4.
That's 4.
That is.
No call. Are they going to say that was a block on the first one?
Man, she was like a 1.5 foot off the net, though.
Goodness.
If I were a ref, I would have said 4.
Okay, 17-14 the score.
That's why I don't get to ref, though.
Okay. All of us find our way. Some of us just need to keep a whistle out of our mouths.
There you go.
And a nice kill there for Megan Wolf. She wound up on that one and was able to slice it down the line for the points. 18-14 Panthers.
Something I love about Megan is you've seen her make a few errors that were pretty big errors, and I can say that because I know her really well. And then you see her crank a ball down the line harder than you've seen all night. That's awesome.
And I love how that point and then the serve for that same person. We've talked about that in the past.
Yeah.
And a nice block at the net there, and looked like the Panthers had 3 white jerseys right up there like you were talking about.
Yep.
As Plinsky was part of that great wall of Wenatchee. And Wolf on the service, 19-14. Megan serve, tough serve. Good job by the Cadets to get it, and then Houghton didn't get any help there from Garza. As her set looked like sucked a little bit of air out of the ball on the way over to Houghton, 20-14.
I think a little miscommunication. I think she was planning on going to the middle, but the middle didn't have a clue.
Back line again. Good job by Castle to get down. Now Houghton just has to get it back over.
That was
And
such
Lily
a smart
Dexter,
play.
nice job by Lily.
That was such a smart play. That whole court was open. Thinking that fast is a very great player of the game.
Wolf again on the service here for Wenatchee, 21-14. Tough serve, my goodness. And that ball with a rotation forward, too. Dexter to White, back to Dexter. Lily goes back line with it. Rotation, Garza up front, and, well, we haven't seen her play much tonight, but Addison Waters comes through with the hits and the points. She's wearing the uniform of Grace Houghton, who is recovering from a concussion, so she's not in it. 21-15 the score as we have some substitutions getting in and out. And meanwhile, back to serve will be Ashton Houghton. Back line it goes. Wenatchee, Shelby McCurry in there now. And this ball is in. Goodness. Close call on the back line. But the linesperson was right there. Brownlee will come in. Osborne comes out. Also in for the Panthers, Charlie Plinsky will head back and serve here as they have Shelby McCurry out there right now. Trying to see who else.
Alex Toft came in.
Alex Toft is in. Lauren Clark is in there. Meanwhile, service over. Back line, it comes to McCurry. Now the set for Clark. You're happy, I'm sure, that she's back in.
Yes.
Allen with the kill at the net, blocked initially, and then a scramble for Wenatchee. The attempt over there was Madison Johnson. Goes out of her and hits the back of the up official. So that's out of bounds. Point to Eisenhower, and the Cadets still hanging in there. 22-16 the score. In comes Shantae Alanis and the service. Nice idea up front by Sierra White, but the Cadets converge. White again, and Lauren Clark. Beautiful set for Lauren. Those two obviously know how they want it to be.
They are working together right now. I love to see that Sierra's, keeps pushing it to the middle. You want to, here's just a little bit of volleyball strategy. Typically on serve receive, you want to set your pins, so like your right side or your outside, because your blockers are all standing stationary on the other side of the net, so you want to push it. But then transition, when it's fast, you push it to your middle because everybody is on their heels, right. Not ready to go. So it's fun to see them work that middle.
Service here for the Panthers, up 23-16. Allen, kill, in. To me, Allen is just a junior. That's going to be trouble for the Big Nine next year.
Yeah, she's got a lot of potential.
She really does. And so, too, does the sophomore who's heading back to serve right now, Ebony Johnson.
It's been pretty typical of Eisenhower to have very strong setters. Strong servers, they're strong, you know what I mean? That position they have very strong of.
Johnson on the service here. Cross court it goes, tough return, but Wenatchee there, and Toft gets it over. Garza to Johnson to Allen. Allen goes cross court with it. Scramble for Wenatchee. Panthers get it over. Nice idea by Madison Johnson, but the Cadets counter. Young lineup out there for Wenatchee right now. Again, Johnson, pancake. Nice job by the Cadets. They get it over, and Allen gets the point. Wow. Credit to Eisenhower on the just flurry scramble. And I think it was Johnson that got down with a pancake, and they get it back over on Allen's point, and a timeout taken by Wenatchee. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. 23-18 our score here in Game 3. Panthers up. Eisenhower making a spirited effort here. We'll come back right after this 30-second timeout.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
23-18 the score, along with Leanne Branham. I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. You got buds out there in the audience that are watching right now?
I have an Apple Watch on, and it's buzzing, and it's my friend Cindy saying that she can hear me. So, Cindy, I got to give you a shout-out that you're sitting and watching volleyball right now. That's awesome.
The service here by Ebony Johnson after the timeout by Wenatchee. Panthers 2 away from claiming a sweep here, but Eisenhower wants to have something to say about that. as Sydney Brownlee can't handle that serve, and it goes off of her out of bounds.
This is where I get nervous in volleyball. You put in, not necessarily non-starters, because a lot of these kids play all the time, but you just mix it up. Makes me nervous.
Johnson on a nice run here, and a tough serve to return. Toft is there. And now the kill attempt. This one's going to sail off the fist of Madison Johnson out of bounds, and suddenly it's 23-20.
Sweating. Okay, not really, but I get nervous in these situations. Let's finish it.
Ebony Johnson again on the service. Back line it goes, and it's out. Good eyes back there. Brownlee was back there alongside Shelby McCurry, and I don't know if they said anything to each other, but they let it go. It was close. And now Alex Toft has a chance to wrap it up for the Panthers. 24-20. Toft on the service. Into the net it goes. And that's one of the rare unforced errors. In fact, we only had 2 errors on serves all night long.
Yeah, we didn't have very many.
Nope.
There hasn't just been very many in general in this whole match. I've noticed that as the game of volleyball has progressed, you kind of see less and less.
Well, you work on it more. 24-21 to score. Eisenhower trying to hang in there. Peroni on the service. Into the net it goes. That's a tough way to lose the match, but it happens. And that will do it as Wenatchee wins here in game 3, 25-21. We will take a break and we will head over to our cameras to wrap it up here from Wenatchee High School. Again, our broadcast brought to you in part by Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians celebrating 25 years in the car care business. They speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue. And One Way Construction, premier custom home builders and construction company for North Central Washington, including general contracting, framing, concrete, and consultation services online at onewayconstructionnw.com. And the Windmill, a time-tested restaurant providing traditional steakhouse meals and a homey old-fashioned dining room open 7 days a week, 4:30 to 9 p.m. Call 509-665-9529. Leanne and I will come back to wrap it up after this timeout here on the NCWLIFE channel. 25-21 the final in the third. We're back right after this.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
What's your automocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frapita.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha pepitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Guten Samir das Problem sagen.
Meinen Zylinder überschwingt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragen schließen. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
Thanks for watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel. It's brought to you in part by the Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service. Located at 1205 Walnut Street in Wenatchee, thefireplaceguy.net. Beneficial in-home care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home. And the Windmill Restaurant, providing traditional steakhouse meals and a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Call 509-665-9529.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Welcome back to Wenatchee High School along with Leanne Branham. I'm Eric Granstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. The Wenatchee Panthers snap a 3-game losing streak tonight in fine fashion, sweeping aside the Eisenhower Cadets 3 games to none. But I'll tell you what, a spirited effort by the Cadets here on the road tonight.
Oh, absolutely. You always see that with the Cadets. They're going to fight till the very last point, which is nice to see.
Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee Panthers, you mentioned it after the tournament last weekend, and, well, Coach mentioned it as well. The Panthers have kind of turned a corner, it seems, in doing more of what he hopes they would on the rotations and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think something that Wenatchee is going to be really good at this year is executing the things that they haven't done well in like a previous game. Coach is really smart. He's very educated in volleyball, and so if he sees something that's not working, he's not going to shy away from fixing to correct it, even if it might make the girls uncomfortable, which is really nice.
I think we should get Champion Spark Plugs to sponsor our Spark Plug of the game, and for the Wenatchee Panthers, I think Lauren Clark's got to be the Spark Plug tonight.
I'm going to go over and give the girl a squeeze here in a minute because that was so fun to see her finally really come out of her shell and get so excited about it. Like, they were connecting. That was awesome.
So the final scores here tonight, 25-22, 25-18, and 25-21. The Wenatchee Panthers snap that string and get back on the winning track here. Now, before we leave for our broadcast for the night, I wanted you to give a chance and a shout-out to what's happening tomorrow with the Wenatchee football game against West Valley.
Yeah, when Wenatchee plays West Valley tomorrow, it's pack the stands with pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so we have shirts in the DECA store here at Wenatchee High School for sale for $15, and some of the proceeds are going to go to breast cancer awareness. So it's kind of cool. The whole school is going to be in pink tomorrow at school and in the stands.
Well, I think I should come by and get a couple shirts for our
I would love
broadcast
to get
crew
one for you.
tomorrow. Okay, sounds good. We'll do that. And speaking of which, we'll be here at the Apple Bowl tomorrow night for Wenatchee and West Valley here live on the NCW Life Channel. I got to thank our crew for helping us bring you the broadcast tonight. Jessica Medina running the camera way up in the stands. We have Marion Granstrom, the lovely Marion Granstrom, behind the camera here on the floor. Of course, Dan Kuntz and Tucker Wagner for running all the wires. We have about 19 miles of wires we have to run for this each night. And then, of course, Becca Freemuth back in the studios to make sure that everything gets actually on the air. We really appreciate everybody watching on TV tonight as well as on the web. Thanks for watching our stream. And, of course, Leanne, always good to have you alongside.
It is always good to be here.
Now, for Leanne Branham, I'm Eric Granstrom. That's going to wrap it up as the Wenatchee Panthers get the victory over Eisenhower tonight, 3 games to none. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Alignment Pros, Automoca, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, and the Windmill Restaurant. NCW Life Channel's coverage is also brought to you by Charter College and the Walkabout Grill. This concludes today's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.